everybody, it's Angie, and I am back with another reaction. So today we have a special request. It is ASAF Avidan, and I have heard one song from him, and I literally loved it. So I'm very excited for a second song. The title of the song is Reckoning, and it was brought to us by special request from Sam Snips. Thank you so much for your request and your support. Quick note, you can use either the QR code or the link to go and have your suggestion moved to the very top of the list. So far, I have been able to get those taken care of within about 1 to 3 days. Also down in the description is all the information for the artist. Go visit their YouTube channel. Make sure while you're there that you like, share, and subscribe. It's a great way to get back to your favorite artist. Now, with all of that being said, like I said, pretty excited for another one from ASAF. Just love the first one. So let's just get started. Here we go.
No more tears, my heart is dry. I don't laugh and I don't cry. I don't think about you all the time, but when I do, I wonder why you had to go out of my door and leave just like you did before. I know I said that I was shy, but a rich man can't imagine power. One day, baby, we'll be old. Oh, baby, we'll be old and think of all the stories that we could have told. One day, baby, we'll be old. Oh, baby, we'll be old and think of all the stories that we could have told. One day, baby, we'll be old. Oh, baby, we'll be old and think of all the stories that we could have told. Little me and little you kept doing all the things they do. They never really think it through, like I can never think it true. Here I go again, the blame, the guilt, the pain, the hurt, the shame, the founding fathers of our blame. They're stuck in heavy clouds of rain. One day, baby, we'll be old. Oh, baby, we'll be old and think of all the stories that we could have told. One day, baby, we'll be old. Oh, baby, we'll be old and think of all the stories that we could have told. One day, baby, we'll be old. Oh, baby, we'll be old and think of all the stories that we could have told.
Okay, before we go much further, I am enjoying this. However, the other one that I reacted to, actually, maybe I've reacted to two of them, but the one I remember is Lazarus was way better than this one for me. I know it's all opinion. This one, I find the guitar, especially in the beginning, quite interesting. It was unique and lovely. Um, it seems like it's a little more of a folksy song at points, not all the way through. And although I think we're going to start getting something a little bit different, um, he sounds good in that voice that he's using, but I've heard him use other voices that I love way more. Now, what I will say is watching him perform, whether it's a song I prefer or not, is just a treat in itself. He is a very expressive person, and I really enjoyed it. So let's continue and see what else we got.
Baby, we be all, oh baby, we be all, and think of all the stories that we could have told. One day, baby, we be all, oh baby, we be all, and think of all the stories that we could have told. One day, baby, we be all, oh baby, we be all, and think of all the stories that we could have told. One day, baby, we be all, oh baby, we be all, and think of all the stories that we could have told. One day, baby, we be all, oh baby, we be all, oh baby, we be all, oh baby now. One day, baby, we be all, oh baby, we be all, and think about the stories that we could have told. One day, baby, we be all, oh baby, we be all, and think about the stories that we could have told. I want you to try to do something with me tonight. See, every night when I sing this song, there's a place I need to go to in order to sing it, you know? It needs to be honest. So I go to a place. See, I know some of you are translating the song through your own prisms, and that's good, that's fine. This is just as much your song as it is my song. So you're allowed to think of it as a hopeful song. You're allowed to think of it as carpe diem, seize the day. But for me, it's a song about loss. You know, I remember the day that I wrote it, you know. I remember the girl I wrote it about, and I remember the conversation we had, and I remember sitting down. I had this apartment with a wooden floor, and we were sitting down on that floor and we were talking, and I remember something she said, and I remember something I said, and I remember something she said, and I remember something I said back. And I remember it because I remember the look in her eyes as they broke into more pieces than they were made of. And I remember seeing that look, and I remember thinking, God, how do you take words back? There's no amount of sorries that can take these words back, but there they were, you know. And I remember her not saying another word, just getting up and turning around. I remember looking at her back as she went farther and farther away to the door, and she kind of slowed down, and I guess she was waiting for me to say something, but I didn't. And then she just opened the door. She walked through the door, and she closed the door, and I just fell down immediately. You know, my ear was against the wooden floor. I could hear the reverberations of her footsteps as she was fading away from my life forever, you know. And at that moment, I knew that I will never have her again. Whatever it is that we had is over. And it's not like I sing this song about her anymore. That's in the past. It's a million light years away. But, you know, it's still... You need to find some place to go to when you sing this song. You need to find some loss inside you, these caverns of your own topography, you know, and you try to give them a voice. And so what I want you to do, just for tonight, is I want you to try to go through this specific translation with me tonight. I want you to close your eyes, really just close your eyes and try to envision in your mind's eye, in your heart, somebody that you lost in your life and you know you'll never see again, and try to really picture them. You know, what are they wearing? Did they change at all? Did they change their hair? And how are they looking at you? Is it with blame? Is it with guilt? Is it with forgiveness? Is it with anger? Is it with love? Is it with compassion? Is it with empathy, with understanding? What is it that they show you, you know? And I'll try to really see them. And then we're going to try to sing this song again, you know, from this place. And the secret is not to succumb to depression because of loss. This loss creates these caverns of your landscape, and it's just a beautiful place to walk in, and we must give them a voice. Otherwise, they weigh us down. And so loss becomes just another beautiful way in our passage here, you know? Just another place to visit. Give it a voice and dignity and beauty. One day, baby, we'll be up. Oh, baby, we'll be up and think about the stories that we could have told. One day, baby, we'll be up. Oh, baby, we'll be up and think about the stories that we could have told. For one, I got no regrets, baby, I got no regrets. God, I got no regrets, except for you. One day, baby, we'll be up. Oh, baby, we'll be up and think about the stories that we could have told. One day, baby, we'll be up. Oh, baby, we'll be up and think about the stories that we could have told. One day, of mine. Oh, baby, oh, oh, baby, oh, think of all the stories that we could have told.
Okay, so after listening to the whole song, I did enjoy it a great deal. Now, couple of things. My favorite parts were the very beginning and the very end, and when he opens up with his voice, he just sounds amazing. Um, the song itself, would I listen to it again? Yeah. Would I listen to it regularly? Probably not. But the performance was fantastic. What I enjoy about him is, first of all, how relaxed he is on the stage. I think that's pretty awesome. You know, he's not putting on any airs, he's not trying to do anything outrageous, he's just being who he is, which is great to see. Um, Also, he's just so good at conveying emotion and how he's feeling. That's also great. He's just a joy to watch. Now, please don't take this in the wrong way, but the man is an odd duck, which, in my opinion, is a good thing. That is what makes him special. You know, he has his own unique way of just about everything. From the way he presents himself, to the way he sings, to the way he writes, to the way he performs, um, the way he speaks, even the way he puts things together. He's very, very unique. And that's pretty cool because I don't know about anybody else, but I get tired of the same carbon copy stuff all the time. It's not to say I don't ever like it, it just does sometimes get a little tiresome. So this is refreshing. I did enjoy that. I really appreciate the suggestion. And I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. If you're still with me at this point, please go ahead, click that like button. Also, got something on your mind, throw it down in the comments. I love to read comments and I do try to respond to every comment. And wouldn't break my heart at all if you went ahead and subscribed. Subscribing is what keeps the channel alive. Now, with all of that being said, I certainly hope that every single one of you has just an epic day. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks.